There's this kid, born a little meatball, right out of the womb. One kick from him and a mountain goes flying. His arms shoot out 6 more in a flash, and the flames he lets loose? They'd burn an entire city to cinders. But right at this moment, Shen Gongbao picks up a glowing blue dragon claw, crushes it in his hand, and stirs it into the thunder whip he's holding. He flicks his arm, and the whip shatters into 1,000,000 tiny shards. They loop around Chentang Pass, then drop right back into his palm. Next, the air crackles open, a huge chasm splitting wide. Boiling lava erupts like fountains, encircling Nezha's hometown of Chentang Pass so tight, not even a breath gets through. Dozens of sea demons crawl out of the rift, chains dragging behind them. They look down at the people below, tiny as ants. From the way things look, a fight's unavoidable. Where in the world is Nezha? What in the world is going on here? Long story short, eons ago, the world's spiritual energy condensed into the Hunyuan pearl. Yuanshi Tianzun slices it clean in 2 with a single chop. One half becomes the spirit pearl, the other, the demon pill. That demon pill, total troublemaker. It's gonna wreak havoc on the mortal world. So Yuanshi Tianzun slaps a heavenly calamity curse on it, says in 3 years, thunderbolts will fry it to smithereens. In the meantime, the spirit pearl gets reincarnated as Aobing. The demon pill? It becomes Nezha. Who would have thought? These two, supposed to be mortal enemies, bonded. They even stood together against the thunderstorm. Nezha didn't die like fate dictated. He saved the people of Chentang Pass too. Tragically, their physical bodies got pulverized by the heavenly lightning. Only Master Taiyi's 7-colored precious lotus managed to catch their souls. Now, rebuilding their bodies? Easy enough. Just grind lotus roots into powder. Once the lotus powder is ready, Nezha and Aobing whoosh into it, turning into 2 wobbly blobs of jelly. Taiyi calls over that flying piglet. Little guy's got a tiny carving knife tucked behind his ear. Snip, 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 he hacks away and finally shapes them back to normal. Then, they're plopped into lotus flowers, one roasted with lee fire, the other frozen with can water to set their new bodies. Just then, a soldier rides up, horse hooves clippity-clop, yelling at the top of his lungs, Shen Gongbao's attacking Chentang Pass again. Li Jing and his wife Yin grab their weapons to fight back. All the soldiers raise their blades, ready for battle. It turns out the Dragon King of the Eastern Sea thinks his son Aobing died in the thunderstorm. He's fuming, wanting revenge, but he can't leave. He's gotta watch over the sea demons. So the Dragon King of the Western Sea gives Shen Gongbao a tip. Use the sky-splitting claw to rip a rift straight to the underwater dragon palace. The demons charge in, ferocious as can be. Shen Gongbao roars that he's avenging Aobing. No survivors. A dozen boulders, oozing molten lava, whoosh toward Chentang Pass. When the smoke clears, the rocks crack open, turning into a dozen stone crabs. They scuttle to the walls and start snapping at people. A horde of demon turtles sneaks up from the sea, and there's Octopus Guy, clutching 6 weapons, duking it out with dozens of soldiers. Li Jing zooms into the fray, slicing off 3 of Octopus Guy's tentacles. But it's useless. New ones grow back in a flash. Across the way, Shark Guy swings his trident. Every move screams echo. Lady Yin duels him with a single blade. Shark Guy slams his trident down, only for it to get stuck in the floor. Yin leaps over, kicks hard, and the building crashes down, burying Shark Guy underneath. But mortals are no match for demons in strength. Li Jing and Yin try to tell Shen Gongbao. Aobing's alive. Master Taiyi's rebuilding his body. Shen Gongbao? Not buying it. Suddenly, a shield of light pops up. Shen Gongbao zips over. There's Aobing alive, with a glowing red lotus beside him. His eyes light up. He's got a plan. Shen Gongbao whips the thunder whip at the shield, crackle and pop, trying to destroy the demon pill. No luck. So he slashes open a rift in space with the sky-splitting claw. 3 Dragon Kings burst out, coiling in the sky. Taiyi gapes, thinking he's hallucinating, slaps himself. Then the 3 dragons blast energy beams. Boom. The shield shatters. When the smoke clears, the shields turn to ice, cracking into 1,000,000 pieces. Turns out Aobing was protecting Nezha, Dragon King of the Eastern Sea. Ao Guang feels his son's presence, shoots out his soul in human form, and hugs him. Aobing hangs his head. Father, I failed the Dragon Clan's mission. Once, Ao Guang dreamed of his son seizing the Spirit Pearl, killing the Demon Pill, earning glory, trading it for the dragon's freedom from heaven. Now, all that's dust. Father and son hug, sobbing. By now, Nezha's new body is done, but Aobing strained himself. His body's starting to crumble. The 7-colored precious lotus only had enough magic for 2 bodies. It's used up, so Aobing's gonna die. His last wish? Begs his father to spare Chentang Pass. Nezha's not letting Aobing go like this. Nezha rides on Taiyi's back, yelling, "Do something to save him." Taiyi says Aobing can temporarily possess his body, but 2 souls crammed into one body, they'll clash. One's gotta die. Taiyi adds, "Don't worry, if we reach the Heavenly Palace in 7 days, win the demon-catching tournament, we get the Jade Nectar. It'll recharge the Lotus magic, we can make him another body." Nezha hurries, lets Aobing possess him. They merge into one, but before Aobing stabilizes, Ao Guang Chentang warns, he'll keep Shen Gongbao besieging Chentang Pass. If his son dies, the pass burns with him. Nezha shoots back, if Chentang Pass gets hurt, I'll smash your dragon palace to rubble. Before heading to the Heavenly Palace, the whole village comes to see Nezha off. Even the demon subduing gang, once they bullied him, renames themselves the Nezha gang. Nezha rubs his hands, thrilled. When he was born, everyone called him a monster. Now, after saving the pass, they accept him. Lady Yin shoves a huge bag of snacks into his hands. Then Nezha and Tai Yi ride the flying piglet off. Lady Yin chases, shouting, "No parents around, take care of yourself." Turns out, that whole bag of snacks, it all ends up in Tai Yi's stomach. To save Ao Bing, they've got to beat 3 demon kings in the demon hunting tournament and take first place. Nezha shrugs it off. Piece of cake, fighting's my thing. But he can't let his demonic energy show, otherwise he'll get booted out of the Heavenly Palace. He has to let Ao Bing take control of his body. The master and disciple stop midway. Nezha tries letting Ao Bing steer, but he stumbles around like he's drunk. Tai Yi says, "Unless Ao Bing's spirit is stronger than yours, he can't handle that little body of yours." Then he pulls out a small bottle. These are sleepy pills. Basically sleeping pills. Once you're out, Ao Bing can take over. Nezha snatches the bottle and Glug Glug chugs it. Tai Yi panics, yelling, "Just one pill." But it's too late. Next second, Ao Bing stands up, so handsome that Tai Yi stares, dumbfounded. Now that's my disciple. Sharp. To win the tournament, Tai Yi has Ao Bing spar with him. After a flurry of clangs and clatters, Tai Yi ends up black and blue, looking like a panda. When they reach the Heavenly Palace, they run into the demon-catching squad, who say these demons, once captured, will be reformed through the path of righteousness. The big boss of the Heavenly Palace is the Wuliang Immortal. Tai Yi hurries to tell Ao Bing to call him Grand Uncle. The Wuliang Immortal eyes Nezha, eyes widening, truly worthy of being the Spirit Pearl's reincarnation. So much noble energy. No sooner does he finish than Ao Bing winks and Nezha wakes up. He yawns, steps aside, and starts pulling down his pants to pee. Tai Yi yanks his pants up in a panic, his face bright red. The Wuliang Immortal has someone take him to pee. In a rush, Nezha steps on an elder sister's skirt, nearly exposing her. Furious, she scowls, telling him to find the latrine himself while she changes. Nezha's stumped. This palace is huge. How's he supposed to find a latrine? He wanders aimlessly, stumbling into a room with a water tank that looks like a latrine. He drops his pants and whoosh pees away. Later, the Immortal offers them Kunlun nectar, saying 1 sip adds 100 years to your life. Nezha spits it out with a pft. He recognizes the nectar is from the tank he peed in. Tai Yi's just taken a sip when Nezha shouts, "There's my pee in that water?" The elder sister across the table gets sprayed in the face by Tai Yi. Afraid the Immortal will catch on, Tai Yi hurries to send Nezha to the tournament. The Immortal sends his disciple Deer Boy to supervise, then takes a sip of nectar, frowning. Why does this taste so strong today? Nezha's first round is at Tubo Slope fighting the Rat King, but the marmots there don't even recognize him. They're all hunched over their food, smacking their lips loud enough to hear from far off. Nezha loses his temper, swatting a marmot's bowl out of its hand. The marmot sees its bowl gone, roars, and calls for the Rat King. But Nezha's built up a tolerance from chugging too many sleeping pills. He keeps waking up mid-fight, like dozing off and on. Luckily, Nezha finally gets knocked out by a rock, letting Ao Bing win. On his way back, Nezha struts, sitting on a cloud in the front row, waiting for the Immortal's praise. But he overhears someone mutter, "Look at him, hunched, sleazy looking, those dark circles like a ghost." Nezha blows up, shoving one hand in his pocket and yanking off a railing post, ready to fight. Tai Yi drags him away just in time to stop a scene. Nezha's 2 older brothers hear he's here and rush to meet him. Stung by the earlier remarks, Nezha asks Ao Bing, "Does my looks really make a terrible first impression?" Ao Bing hurries to say, "Not at all. True, you slouch, but you're determined. You're not tall, but you've got strength in your heart. Your looks are average, but you're kind." Nezha sneers, "Thanks a lot." He pops a sleeping pill, letting Ao Bing meet his brothers for him. Afterward, Nezha cries. Even with all his power, he's always secretly on edge. Nezha was born the demon pill, hated from the start, so he's always craved everyone's approval. He silently swears, one day, he and Ao Bing will become immortals together, so their families won't worry. Meanwhile, a kid is caught as a spy and brought to Shen Gongbao. The kid suddenly shouts, "Big brother!" Shen Gongbao finally recognizes him, his little brother, Shen Xiaobao. Shen Xiaobao's here to ask his brother to take him to the Heavenly Palace to be an immortal. Once, his brother said, when he could turn into a human, he could be an immortal, and Shen Gongbao is already a heavenly immortal himself. Before Shen Gongbao can speak, Shen Xiaobao notices his brother has demons surrounding Chentang Pass. He's confused. "Big brother, why are you doing this?" Shen Gongbao can't explain. He doesn't want his brother to think he's a villain. Li Jing chimes in, "There have been demons harming people lately. Taoist Shen is guarding Chentang Pass." Shen Gongbao didn't expect Li Jing to cover for him. He hands his brother a box of immortal pills. I'll take you to heaven once I finish my mission. Shen Xiaobao looks a little sad, but doesn't want to trouble his brother. He says he's still bad at staying human, so he'll go home to practice more. Then he leaves. Nezha reaches the second round, Flying Waterfall. A group of demons stands on bamboo poles with an old leopard teaching them. They're all hoping to enter the heavenly palace as immortals one day. Nezha swallows a sleeping pill, turning into Aobing's form. He swings Nezha's short legs, unleashing a sweeping kick. The opponent whips a chain. Aobing uses the bamboo's rebound to snatch it, then kicks out. Aobing spins, energy bursting from his hands, slamming the old leopard into the water. Standing on the bamboo, he says, "You can't beat me?" The old leopard surfaces. He'd underestimated Aobing. He controls the lake, and a ring of waterfalls erupts, shooting forward like lightning. Aobing reacts fast, circling behind and kicking, but the old leopard whooshes away with a flash, dodging. He counters with a kick, sending Aobing flying. Aobing's stuck, so he copies Nezha's trick. He climbs onto the old leopard's back, riding him. "See if you can flash now." The old leopard can't shake him off, so he dives into the water with Aobing. Then his eyes glow, his body crackling with electricity. He vanishes from Aobing's grip. Next thing, he zaps back, punching Aobing hard. Aobing finally sees it clearly. The old leopard can transform his body into electric current, zipping freely through water, because water conducts electricity. In water, he's unbeatable. Aobing quickly freezes the lake into ice. Ice doesn't conduct electricity, so the old leopard can't turn into current. But the old leopard traces symbols on his hand, chanting a spell. A bolt of lightning shoots into the sky, and dark clouds roll in at once. Shen Xiaobao sees this, shouting, "Dad!" It turns out the old leopard is his and Shen Gongbao's father. A drop of rain hits Taiyi's face. With water around, the old leopard can flash again. Aobing can't fight back. He's grabbed by the neck, scraping across the ice mountain as they fly. Then the old leopard soars into the sky, channeling lightning to turn his claws into swords, ready to kill Aobing. In the nick of time, Aobing uses his freezing technique. The old leopard can't stop his swing in time. He severs his own arm. Examiner Deerboy hurries to have them arrested. The demons cluster around the old leopard, vowing not to surrender, but he tells his disciples to drop their weapons. Being reformed by righteousness in the heavenly palace is a good thing. The demons reluctantly let themselves be tied up, but just then, Shen Xiaobao arrives. Seeing his father captured, then spotting the severed arm in Aobing's hand, his eyes flare red. He lunges to kill Aobing. Deerboy whooshes out a golden arrow. Unexpectedly, the old leopard darts out to block it for his son. Deerboy fires another arrow. The old leopard slams his fist into the ground, turning into lightning with his son to escape. Deerboy chases relentlessly, sprouting 1,000 arms and shooting 1,000 golden arrows. Where they strike, the sky cracks and the earth splits. The old leopard, badly wounded, tells his son to run, then collapses. Deerboy readies another arrow, but Aobing stops him. He was just desperate to save his father. Don't kill him outright. Deerboy can't take Nezha, so he backs off. Shen Xiaobao finds his brother sobbing. "Nezha led people to attack our home. He cut off Dad's arm. With that, he dies." Shen Gongbao's eyes blaze. He swears revenge. Next, 2 barrier beasts rush to the heavenly palace. Trouble in Chentang Pass. They rush back to find the pass in ruins, charred bodies everywhere. Nezha's heart drops. He runs, shouting for his parents, when he spots his mother's helmet. He collapses, sobbing uncontrollably. "Why did you leave me like this?" Taiyi is stunned. Did Shen Gongbao massacre Chentang Pass for revenge? The Wuliang Immortal arrives too. Deerboy spots dragon claw marks, insistent the Dragon Clan did this, killing tens of thousands in Chentang Pass. Furious, Nezha turns the piglet into windfire wheels and charges out. Aobing hurries to appear. "Calm down first." But Nezha's so enraged he bites through his lip. He won't listen. Aobing refuses to believe his father would do this, begging Nezha to let him ask his father. Nezha shoves him away. "Even if we find out, will my parents come back?" After that, Nezha heads to Skeleton Mountain. He needs to win the final match, get Aobing another body, repay the debt, and then they'll no longer be friends. Skeleton Mountain is home to Lady Shiji, who'd pester her bronze mirror every day. Who's the fairest in 10 miles? Suddenly, bang! Nezha crashes down from the sky, shattering Shiji's body with one punch. But in the next second, Shiji reforms as a stone monster crawling up from underground. Turns out the entire Skeleton Mountain is her body. Shiji swings a giant hand, slamming Nezha to the ground. Before she can gloat, Nezha erupts with immense power, red light blinding. His body starts to crack. Aobing shouts in panic, "This way, your lotus root body will shatter." Nezha roars, "Leave me alone!" A flaming lotus wraps around Shiji from below. By the time Taiyi and Deerboy arrive, Skeleton Mountain has become a mountain of fire. Shiji isn't dead. Only a tiny piece of her remains, shrinking to the size of a pinky finger, hopping to escape. Taiyi hurries to trap her under the 9 seraph fire cover. If she gets away, Nezha won't get the jade nectar. Deerboy is confused. Nezha's ice affinity, why's he shooting fire? Taiyi has an idea, shaking the fire cover to ask Shiji, did you start the fire? Shiji, dizzy from the shaking, blurts, yes, it was me. Nezha wins all 3 matches. The Wuliang Immortal chants the Immortal Ascension spell, giving him a celestial jade token. He's an immortal now. Then they head to the treasure vault. Nezha takes the jade nectar, handing it to Taiyi to make Aobing's body. He himself is going to avenge the dragon clan. Aobing begs him not to act rashly. Nezha's eyes red. Next time we meet, we'll be enemies. The Immortal offers help, leading 100,000 heavenly soldiers to surround the Dragon Palace. He takes out the Tianyuan cauldron, used to refine immortal pills, and chants, encompass heaven and earth, boundless might. Tianyuan revealed, stand above all. The Tianyuan cauldron clatters apart. The Immortal sits atop it, driving the cauldron into the Dragon Palace. Aoguang orders, all demons, gather on the demon-suppressing stone, push together to break out. He himself turns into a giant ice blade, aiming for the Immortal. The Immortal's disciples hurry to block him. Aoguang slices through the blockade, charging straight for the Immortal. Nezha arrives just in time, clashing with Aoguang. Neither notices the Tianyuan cauldron closing, trapping all sea demons inside. Aoguang whips up a water dragon pillar. Nezha blocks it with his Chenkun circle. They're surrounded by water, advantage Aoguang. Nezha's fire will fizzle out soon, but he couldn't care less. I said, touch Chentang Pass and I'll smash your palace. His red sash suddenly transforms, spewing fire, coiling around Aoguang to hurl him into the Tianyuan cauldron. The Immortal chimes in, old man will dispense justice? Smelt all these beasts. Nezha finally gets his revenge, but there's not an ounce of joy in his heart. All he wanted was for his parents to live. Simple as that. Through a haze, he could have sworn he saw them walking toward him with open arms. He rubs his eyes, and hey, there they are. They're not dead at all. Just then, Aobing comes running out of breath, shouting, it wasn't my father who destroyed Chentang Pass, it was that Wuliang Immortal, tricking everyone. Turns out, while Shen Gongbao's burning for revenge, an evil dragon suddenly appears, trying to wipe out everyone in Chentang Pass. But Aoguang's 3 siblings team up to force it back to its true form. Guess who the evil dragon really is? The Wuliang Immortal, using his staff to transform. Shen Gongbao points a finger at the Immortal, yelling, why'd you ruin my family? He'd already noticed the arrow wound on his brother, proof it was done by someone from the Heavenly Palace. The Immortal knows everything about Shen Gongbao's family. If he hadn't been meddling, Nezha and the demon-catching squad never would have targeted his father. The Immortal's plan was already falling apart, but those 3 Dragon Kings suddenly betrayed their kin, making a deal with him, helped destroy Chentang Pass, and they'd win their freedom. Millions of demon soldiers strike, turning Chentang Pass into a living hell in seconds. Shen Gongbao won't let the Immortal profit. He orders the Sea Yasha to spit magic saliva, petrifying Li Jing and his wife to save their lives. But Shen Gongbao's own family? Gone. No reason left to hold back. He grabs his thunder whip and charges out, slaying demons left and right. Then he flies into the sky, his small frame taking on thousands of demon soldiers alone. Shen Gongbao was never truly evil. How else could he have taught Aobing to be so kind? Li Jing tears off Heaven's fake mask in front of everyone. Those captured demons, they're not being reformed by righteousness, the Immortals smelting them into pills to boost Heaven's power. But not one of the 100,000 heavenly soldiers backs down. Why? They've all eaten pills made from demons. Nezha finally realizes he'd wronged the Dragon Clan. Meanwhile, the Immortal's refining pills with his 2 disciples guarding him. Nezha and Aobing lock eyes. Time to take out these gatekeepers first. Dear Boy can't beat Nezha, so he whips out the sky-splitting claw, ripping open a rift to release the 3 Dragon Kings. Aoguang snaps, you 3 betrayed us? These are Aobing's uncles and aunt. Shameful, attacking a kid. The purple dragon's best at whirlwind slashes. Aobing freezes his weapon fast. Nezha seizes the chance to strike, but the purple dragon's feet are quick. He hooks Nezha's fire-tipped spear and turns it on Aobing. Another red dragon charges Nezha, who fends him off with windfire wheels. Aobing rushes to reclaim the spear, freezing the purple dragon again. The dragon twists free, but his weapon snaps in 2. Even weaponless, Nezha's as agile as a monkey. Take 100 rounds. 200. 300. Nezha's relentless assault has his skin cracking, smoke hissing out. Aobing begs him to ease up, but Nezha's eyes blaze. I messed up. I'll die before I don't save your clan. The purple and red dragons are beaten, but Aobing's Aunt Ao Run jumps in. Her tail flicks into a lotus shape. She and Aobing stab at each other, weapons clashing, until she grabs his, spinning into an unbeatable tornado. They charge again. Ao Run uses the sky-splitting claw to open 2 rifts, releasing more dragons to ambush them. Taiyi hurries to help the boys, but gets tangled with the Immortal's disciples. Li Jing and his wife fight on, evenly matched. Aobing uses ice to block attacks, but they're outnumbered, getting battered. Stalling like this, they'll all fall. Suddenly, they get an idea. Nezha's weapons burn. Aobing's freeze. Let fire and ice collide. Boom! A white mist explodes. In the fog, the red dragon spots Nezha's red sash, swinging an axe, only to hit the purple dragon. It's a trick, all smoke and mirrors. The purple dragon's dazed when he spots someone. Nezha! The red dragon turns, and Nezha, disguised as the purple dragon, strikes, jabbing a trident into the red dragon's butt. Surprise! Ha 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 ha. The red dragon roars, chasing Nezha, only to run into the real purple dragon. Now he's confused. Which of you is real? Foolishly, he joins Nezha in attacking the real purple dragon. Before he can recover, a fake red dragon jumps out. The real one swings his axe without thinking. Fake. Amid the chaos, the immortal finishes brewing his samadhi fire, pouring it into the Tianyuan cauldron to incinerate the trapped demons. Flames roar inside. Octopus Guy's tentacles sizzle, the smell making nearby soldiers drool. Nezha and Ao Bing rush the immortal. The old man flicks a finger at them and suddenly their bodies feel pierced by 1,000 needles. Can't move. Tai shouts, "It's the heart-piercing curse!" When the immortal chanted the ascension spell for Nezha, he snuck this curse in. Back then, Ao Bing was possessing Nezha, so both are trapped. The immortal turns his staff into vines, binding Tai, Li Jing, and his wife tight. Nezha grinds his teeth trying to break free of the heart-piercing curse. The immortal smirks. Best not struggle, you'll get torn to pieces. With that, he hurls everyone into the Tianyuan cauldron, planning to boil them all down into immortal pills. Ao Guang spots his son alive, races over, eager to hug him, only to get skewered by the curse. He grabs his blade, spinning to attack Li Jing and his wife. Ao Bing shouts, "Father, Nezha was tricked by the immortal. It's not his fault." To everyone's shock, Ao Guang snaps the ropes binding Li Jing and his wife a second later. Next, Ao Guang twists a mechanism on the demon-suppressing stone, unshackling the chains holding thousands of demons. He'd once thought loyalty to heaven would earn the dragon's glory, so he'd let himself be a watchdog, stuck guarding these demons. But heaven's shown its true colors, no point in aiding tyranny. Turns out some demons are good. Take Octopus Guy, who freely shares his tentacles with Shark Guy to eat. Suddenly, a nearby demon pops into an immortal pill. The rest yowl in fear. If they don't escape, they'll all end up as pills too. Ao Guang barks, "Channel your power to shield yourselves. Hold on as long as you can." He's waiting for the curse to fade, hoping for a chance to flee, but breaking the heart-piercing curse takes at least 6 hours. By then, they'll all be pills. The demons can tough it out, but Li Jing and his wife are mortal. They're already faltering. Lady Yin tells Nezha, "Just look after yourself. Don't worry about us." Nezha shakes his head. "I'm not afraid of this fire." Ao Guang finally realizes Nezha's fire matches the Samadhi fire. The Tianyuan cauldron can't smelt him. The immortal saw this coming. He leaves his body at once, his soul breaking free. The immortal holds up a soul-destroying pill, saying to Nezha, "Eat this and I'll let your parents go." Nezha would do anything to save them, reaches out to take it. But just as he's about to swallow, Lady Yin snatches the pill, flinging it into the lava. It dissolves instantly. She points at the immortal, snapping furiously. "You use a parent's life to make a child die? You call yourself an immortal? You're not even fit to be human." With that, she faints. Li Jing holds her, shouting to Nezha, "Forget us. Survive. Your parents aren't cowards. Neither can you be." The immortal's beard twitches with rage. "You think I can't handle Nezha? Once you're dead, I've got 100 ways to break him." As soon as the immortal leaves, tears spill down Nezha's face. Li Jing sighs. "If your life traded for ours, do you think we could live with that?" Lady Yin wakes then, pulling Nezha into a hug. He panics. "Don't hold me, I'll hurt you." But she squeezes tighter. "It's okay, one last time. Mom just wants one last hug." Nezha sobs uncontrollably as his mother whispers, "Mom can't watch you grow up. You'll have to walk the road alone now. Learn to protect yourself." He remembers his birth. Everyone called him a demon. Even Tai wanted to destroy him. Only Mom rushed in, shielding him tight. Even when he bit her, she never let go. He'd always been strong. When they kicked Shuttlecock, he'd break her bones, but she never complained, played with him every day. He kicked off his covers in sleep. She'd get up night after night to tuck him in. When he left for the Heavenly Palace tournament, everyone wanted him to bring glory to Chentang Pass. Only Mom fussed over him eating well, dressing warm, staying safe. Nezha pounds his legs, crying, "I was born a demon. I always made you suffer. I'm useless." Lady Yin's body starts to fade, bit by bit. Nezha screams, helpless, repeating, "I'm sorry," over and over. Even then, she comforts him. "Don't grieve. Every day with you. Mom was happy. I never cared if you were immortal or demon. I only cared. You're my boy. Mom will always love." The last "you" dies on her lips as she turns into an immortal pill. Silence crashes down, thick and terrifying. The Wuliang immortal didn't just kill Chentang Pass's people, he killed Nezha's mother. Nezha trembles with rage. The fire inside him flares up, his skin cracking open, eyes blazing, hair standing on end. In the next instant, he rips through the heart-piercing curse, his body tearing apart, only to reform, flesh knitting back together. The Samadhi fire had filled the gap in his rebuilt body, turning him into what the demon pill was always meant to be. He presses the pill his mother became into his father's hand. Guard this. Then he grabs Ao Bing's hand, shattering the curse on him in a single move. Gritting his teeth, he says, "Help me break the cauldron." Demon pill and spirit pearl merge, whole again as the Hunyuan pearl. Feeding on the cauldron's power, the lid creaks upward. The immortal rushes to cast deep-rooted magic. Vines wrap around the lid, growing into a towering tree. 100,000 heavenly soldiers swarm it like ants, focusing their strength into a force that could flip mountains, slamming the lid shut. With Nezha and Ao Bing about to be crushed flat, Ao Guang channels all the demon's power into the demon-suppressing stone, roaring, "They want our lives, then we fight back." Many demons have already turned into immortal pills, but even so, not one steps back. Instead, a reckless, fear-nothing fire sparks in them. Boom! The Qianyuan cauldron blows apart. The demon-suppressing stone blasts through the lid, carrying everyone with it. The immortal sees his cauldron shattered and snaps, muscles bulging cracks, swelling into a monstrous brute in seconds. Splinters of the giant tree embed in his flesh. He links every heavenly soldier to his own energy, merging their strength. Their forces collide like a towering ocean wave, blotting out the sun. The world goes pitch black. The immortal opens his maw, swallowing Nezha and Ao Bing whole. Vines coil around them as he clenches his fist from afar, trying to crush them into paste. Nezha and Ao Bing merge, unleashing the Hunyuan Pearl's power, boom, shattering their prison. Ao Bing transforms into his true dragon form. Nezha sprouts 6 arms, riding atop Ao Bing's head, throwing 100 punches a second with brute force alone. Terrified, the immortal pulls out a jade token, begging, "Let me go, I'll make you both immortals." Nezha crushes the token underfoot. To hell with being immortals. Ao Bing tears through the vines with his jaws. The immortal shrieks enraged. "You fools! This world belongs to immortals! I'll make sure you have nowhere to run!" Nezha and Ao Bing roar in unison. "No path? We'll carve one. Heaven and earth reject us? We'll rewrite fate." The immortal goes flying, slamming into the demon-suppressing stone. Guess what it really is? Sun Wukong's Rui Jingu Bang from centuries later, the Dragon Clan's ocean-suppressing needle. Nezha moves in for the finishing blow when a rift splits open. Ao Run, keeping her secret promise, snatches the old monster and flees. The immortal demon war finally ends. The ocean-suppressing needle plops back into the sea. Now Nezha's identity is exposed, and the immortal still lives. Trouble's sure to return. Ao Bing urges Nezha to hide in the Dragon Palace, but Nezha shakes his head. "I need to try. To fight for fairness in this world." Ao Guang leads his son toward the ocean floor, but Ao Bing can't find joy. His father stops, sighing. "I always forced my hopes on you, never asking what you wanted. Choose your own path now." Ao Bing hugs him, and father and son finally heal their rift. Nezha turns to leave, hearing footsteps behind him. He grins, glancing back. "Knew you'd come." Ao Bing steps up, asking, "Why?" "'Cause we're both too young to know our limits. No matter the obstacle, we'll charge through it." As for the Wuliang immortal, he's plotting a comeback. He marches to the dungeon with his 2 disciples, but entry requires a face scan. Bruised and swollen, his face isn't recognized. They redo his face. The guard snickers while daubing his face. Never seen an immortal look this beat up. Enraged, the immortal casts a sleeping curse. Sleep 10 years. Punishment or reward? Who knows? Locked in Heaven's dungeon is Shen Gongbao. He's alive. The immortal plans to use him in the coming investiture of the gods' war to claw back power. Worse, Shen Gongbao's father is also captive, barely clinging to life. The immortal threatens, "Join me and I'll let your father live like a king in heaven." Think it over. The immortal turns to leave, but the face scan fails again. His swelling went down. To get out, his disciples beat him up, but the new bruises are in the wrong spots. "Another round," they say. "Wait, are you laughing?" The disciples quickly deny. "Master, we only want what's best for you." They overdo it, of course. "No worries," they say. "We'll reapply medicine and try again." It's Nezha 2, Chaos in the Sea. If you liked this video, hit like and subscribe. Catch you next time.